Overall market update for the 19th on SPY. Crazy move today, up 2.7%. Earnings for Netflix after hours, I haven't checked them yet. They're up after hours last time I looked though. And this move was the type of move that no technical analysis is really going to help you out, because it was just gap up and go. There's no gap up pullback. So Elliott Wave didn't really help me out at all today. I tried trading puts a few times, got stopped out. I lost like $100 on like 4 or 5 different times too. Basically, I wasn't trying to make like a ton of money, but I got stopped out because every move was up, down, and I would buy the pullback and it would just go to a new high. So not my best trading day. I made a little bit on some calls. At one point, I just stopped fighting the trend and went with calls, and I made some money doing that. But again, that's just guessing. Like, I can't really see anything on this. These red bars on a 5-minute chart don't really help me out. So what I am looking at though is zooming out to at least the hourly. We know that this was a first wave, and this is definitely a second wave now. This is definitely not a B wave. So we have 1, 2, and we're on the third wave. We don't know where we're at in the third wave, but these parallel lines can tell us that we want to get all the way up here for it to be a pretty normal standard third wave. So tomorrow is the 20th. I'm looking for this level right here around 396. If we don't get it, then that would just change my target. Let's just say this is the top, and then we pull back to maybe even like 388. My target would completely change. I would be looking for, I guess my target would be the same. It'd be like 400 right there. 400 if we're topping out right here for the third wave. But if we do get outside this parallel line for a standard third wave, then my target is going to be a little bit different. We would be looking for pullback maybe to like 390, and then maybe we'd be looking for 390, 391. And then like a little bit higher, maybe 403 or 404. So we're still on target either way to get to 400. It just kind of depends on how high this one wants to go. My guess would be that we're going to get a gap up in the morning and then a sell-off. I don't think that they're going to just allow people to buy puts at the end of the day and just sell off right away. We can look at Netflix after hours and just see, give us an idea of if that's going to have any effect on the overall market. Haven't looked at it a couple hours. So yeah, it's still up after hours. So this, I mean, the market's barely up right now, but I think that might give a little bit momentum to SPY to get up here to 396 and then sell off. But then again, we'll see. It is a OPEX day, and I know that there are a ton of calls, and so that would make sense if we got a gap up and then a pullback all the way to maybe 392 all the way down to 390, something like that. Finish the day around there, and then we get the move into earnings next week for tech around like 402 to 404. And then that would be the level that I've been talking about for a couple months now. And if we zoom out here to the weekly chart, if we get up here to 403, then we'd be looking at a 5-wave move down here to around 330 or 340. So pretty interesting day. We can look at the dollar. The dollar chart is kind of confusing still, but I think it is in a 4th wave. I think we're in a 4th wave of the, let's see. We are in we're in the 3rd wave here. So we have 1, 2, 3rd overall wave, and then the 4th wave of the fifth wave, if that makes sense. So we're going to have a move down and then one more move up to end this overall third wave, which will take us to 330, 340, and then we'll probably have like a good 6 months to a year of a fourth wave. So that will be the bounce that we'll get after this move right here, up to maybe here, who knows. So dollar looking good on the fourth wave. VIX, we got VIX ended at 24.49, pretty stable all day. And it's probably going to stay pretty stable and maybe go down a little bit more, possibly to the low 20s, but the way it moved today, it barely even budged. So it could technically just stay around 23, 24, and then that be the bottom. So in summary, just looking for 396 on SPY for the end of the third wave, and then a pullback, and then one more move higher to complete this double X wave that we started back in mid-June. So that's the update. Make sure you like and subscribe. I usually put out market updates pretty much every day, and they've been pretty accurate lately, and hopefully they continue to be pretty accurate as we go forward into what I think is going to be a crazy fall to the downside. So I will see you tomorrow.